YouTube, what's up? It's your boy Hamlet, and we're back bringing you a live edition of questions and answers. All right. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna shut this truck off. Alrighty. So right now, folks, hopefully you can hear me. Um, let's get a good mic check. Let's see who comes up in the building. If you guys can hear me, a good comm check or whatever, let me know. Right now we're in JFK, right? We're literally at the airport. You can see. Let me show you guys real quick. We're right here at the airport. This is the strip. If an airplane passes by, we'll show you guys. But pretty much we're picking up a load right here on a flatbed here at the airport. And we are waiting for the shipper to pay the import tax something. I don't know. They screwed up this load. But anyways, let's make an announcement real quick. First of all, we gotta give out the shout outs, all right? Charles Brandt, first one in the building. What's up, Charles? How you doing, man? And we got Choice Mass. What's up, brother? How you doing, man? I gotta connect with you. We got Lynx Finks, yo, bro, and we got Anthony Toro. What's up, brother? Hey, what's up, guys? It's Friday night. I figured I'd come on here. I haven't had a chance to do a questions and answers video. This channel has grown, quite a bit, and thank you for everybody that has subscribed, everybody that has came over, from SoCal's recommendation or keeping it 100 recommendation, or however you found my video, whatnot. I really appreciate the love and support, and checking out the channel. I hope you guys learned something. Let me take off the announcement so that thing is not ringing off in your ears, because I always forget to do that. And anyways, I wanted to make an announcement. Right now I am hiring, obviously, for drivers. I'm always hiring for drivers, but I'm actually hiring for a special position in my company, which is I'm looking for somebody safety wise, right? And somebody to look at logs, correct logs, that that sort of deal, and some other admin stuff, and this is a work at home position. So if maybe your wife or yourself, if this, I feel like would be a perfect position for a retired truck driver, or somebody that's looking to get off the road, or whatever may have this position is available. All right, and I got my little ghetto napkin right here. All right, you can see recruiting at cybertronenterprises.com. All right, I'll put the link in the description so you can better see that, whatever that is there. But essentially I'm looking for that person. It's a stay-at-home position, and I'm not looking for somebody to do it one time or anything like that. I'm looking for this. Sorry. I'm looking to do this. I'm looking to have this person on for the duration of the company, for however long. So if you have any questions about that, go ahead and shoot the email out to there. If you're interested in that position, hit me up on Facebook or whatever may have soon we're gonna start doing interviews to select a person or whatever. And I think that's pretty interesting. Having the authority and everything has been a very difficult and but beautiful thing at the end of the day, because I'm getting to hire somebody that has potentially has been driving all their their life or whatever, and it's not trucking has never been just just driving a truck, because there's just so many positions out here that you can do besides just drive a truck. I mean, that right there, having my authority isn't that new, and I'm offering a position to stay at home, and do, be my safety person, log books and just some admin clerical work, whatever. And then you could be a broker, you could be dispatcher. There's so many avenues to go that go into it. I always forget, if you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe, mash the like button, mash the subscribe button, drop a comment down below and let us know what you think about this video. And let's see, let's see if we got the first question coming up here. We got Sonic the Hedgehog Trucker. Sonic the Trucker Hedgehog. Hey brother, what's up? How you doing, man? When are you gonna have another truck? I don't know. You know, honestly, I'm not sure when I'm gonna add another truck. I would like to add another truck before the end of the year. No, I know it's DeLeon, bro. I know. I didn't know if you wanted me to shout your name out, you know, personal name out. But anyways, I don't know when I'm gonna add another truck. You know, every time you add a truck out here, you are increasing liability. You are one step away, one step closer to going out of business. Like, what do I mean by that, right? Well, it's a liability thing, you know. It's no longer you're driving the truck and you can like be responsible for your own self and your own actions, you know. And I mean, luckily, you know, thank God I haven't dealt with any issue like, you know, somebody hitting somebody else or getting sued or anything like that. But it's possible, folks, you know. And every truck, you know, if you're looking to be a fleet owner, every truck that you're out, you know, that you're out here, that you add out here, you're getting closer and closer to being out of business, you know. And in the beginning, you know, when you started up your business, you were taking all the risks, right? Because you had nothing to lose. And now that, you know, you have established something, you potentially have now a lot to lose, you know, all that hard work that you put to get here. And, you know, the way I see it is just like, yeah, I can add another truck, but it's going to increase the liability. Not that I'm, you know, scared of it right now. It's just, I want to get my back office, you know, a little bit stronger, which is the reason why I'm hiring the safety position, you know, to look at logbooks and all that kind of stuff. Because I want to take that serious because I'm now, I think we're at 3 owner operators right now, and it's about to jump into 5, 6, it's about to jump up to 7 owner operators. And now it's getting to that realm where we're at 6 trucks in total. I feel like it's getting to that realm where it's becoming risky. Not risky, but like one truck could hit somebody today, and then the next day, you know, somebody could be being put out of service. You know what I'm saying? And so like that's my main thing. You know what I mean? And I feel like I want to have the back office support so that I'm not losing my mind over, you know, things like that. But yeah, I mean, to answer your question, you know, hopefully by the end of the year, you know, once I know, you know, the back office is being taken care of really good, and then I got that safety person or whatever, I would like to add another truck by the end of the year, if that makes any sense. Right now, I'm not too much in a rush, you know, the 3 trucks, and then right now, I'm kind of focusing on adding the other owner operators and just making sure the business is doing good on its own. Let's see let's see another question. Links Fix, what is your take, van versus reefer versus flatbed? I've done van almost my whole trucking career, and it wasn't until just recently, the last, you know, four months or so, that I had switched over to flatbed. Now, I enjoy flatbed, I do. Shoot, it was just the other day, me and my teammate got caught up in the rain for the first time. I got caught in the rain. You know, I was strapping down when it was pouring down rain, soaked from head to toe. There was nothing I could do about it. But you know, coming from that Army standpoint, if it ain't raining, we ain't training, right? That's what they used to say. So I mean, like, whatever. It was hot outside. I kind of enjoyed it, you know. But driving, I like the driving, you know. One of the biggest things is from driver and a flatbed, from what I noticed, is I have become more impatient now because of flatbedding. And the reason I say that is because, like, typically, I mean, guys are waiting for you to, when you arrive on a flatbed, there's guys waiting for you, like waiting for that product or that material, whatever, and they're taking that stuff off like that, right? And like, I mean, literally, they're taking it off faster than you can even take the straps off or the chains off or whatever, for the most part, you know. And with dry van, you know, you don't have that. You know, they're like, you show up and you be like, hey, go to the door 306,001, you know, and it's all the way at the end of the yard. When the light turns green, you're good to pull out, and this, that, the third, you know, and you'll sit on a dock for, maybe if you get lucky, 1 hour, 2 hours, and then, if not, 3, 4 hours, and reefer only gets worse like that. And the people that know me, I'm definitely ain't the person to be just sitting around, especially on a dock, because I lose my mind. I got to be doing something. The drive-in rates are good, but the flatbed is way better, and there's certain people, like there's certain things that you want to do in a certain customers that you would deliver for in a flatbed versus a drive-in. I gotta close this window. Got the moths coming in here. Come on. Oh my god. Alright, let me close this window. But anyways, there's certain people that you will deliver for on a drive-in that you don't want to ever deliver for. Like, if you're going to Walmart, one of these big grocery stores, you don't want to be doing that. Same as flatbed. There's actually some places I despise that going, like these big steel mills, big not the wood mills so much, but the steel mills, man. They're notorious for, like, you show up and there's like 10 trucks there and you gotta get in line. And like I said, flatbed has gotten me more impatient because typically I'm getting in there, they put the product on, I move out of the way, and I put my securement stuff on, and then I hit it and go. Time wise, it takes about an hour, maybe 2 hours to secure something, depending on what it is. If it's tarped, if it's chained, or if it's straps and chains, or if it's everything. It takes about 1 to 2 hours, which is, it takes about the same about in a drive-in. The difference is that you're working while you're, instead of sleeping, because in a drive-in you could potentially be sleeping during the 1 or 2 hours you're being loaded, but you're actually working on the load or whatever. So it's just a bigger opportunity to start working. I mean, to start making more money in the same time span that you got, if that makes any sense, right? Because you're already spending about 1 to 2 hours just sitting on your butt in the chair, and you're thinking about ways how to make more money, and that's one of those ways, is that, well, you could be working right now, you could be securing your load if you had a flatbed, because the same time would be taken for that, and that's the way I see flatbed, and why I like flatbed so much is because it's a bigger opportunity for yourself to make more money potentially. But every season has its up and downs. This is going to be my first season going into winter with the flatbed, and I know historically drive-in does a lot better in the winter than most other ones, but from what I've been told is that flatbed does just as good, if not better, in the Northeast, running in the snow and all that stuff. So that might be something I might consider. We got a super chat here, $9.99 from Tony Smith. How long did you have your CDL before becoming an owner op, and how long before you started your fleet? That's a great question. I was a company driver for US Express for 6 months, and then I was a company driver for a smaller company for another 6 months. So I got my year in, and then I did the lease deal, right? The lease purchase deal. I did that for about 4 to 6 months or so, and then that didn't work out. um, and luckily with the mentorship with SoCal, I bought my own truck at that time. So whether or not you want to think about, when did I become an owner op, versus was it really the 1 year, or was it after the year and a half, if that makes any sense. um, and then was soon after that it was how long did I be I've I got my truck in January this year. And how soon ago did I start building my fleet? Well, essentially I did it right after January, because I had money to buy another truck, because the first one it was a scratch, because the frame got messed up. And so I bought the second truck. The first truck is in pieces, and then the second truck was a Volvo. I did that for a little bit, and then I got the third truck, which is the classic, and then the fourth truck, which is the T600. Um, Being able to, the more trucks you buy, and the more that the business is running smoothly for itself, you're gonna be able to grow a lot faster. I mean, in trucks wise, So if you're wondering, how long did it take? It just really all depends how long it takes to get to. I wouldn't say my level or anything like that, but me and my team driver were talking about it, and it's the passion and determination and discipline, and how disciplined you are and willing to do this and not give up, right? You can have a bad week as an owner op. You can have a bad week as a fleet owner, and having a couple bad weeks, right, as an owner op is enough to just deter somebody to go back to being a company driver, right? Me and my co-driver were talking about it too, was that, being in a lease deal, if you wanted to figure out whether or not you wanted to be an owner op, you can easily walk away from the whole game, right? Because you can be like, nah, I don't want any part of this, because you could deal with one or two breakdowns, and then you'd be like, yeah, this ain't for me. I don't want to be stressing up about driving and then managing the business or whatever, right? It's not for everybody. And that's one thing, if you look at other people, a lot of people look at, hey, everybody's doing fleet or whatever, and that's what I want to do. Maybe it's not what you want to do, and maybe you like the idea of it, you like the potential of how much money it can generate, you like those ideas, but that's not the only way of making money in trucking, right? You're gonna find your path in trucking, whether you like to drive a truck, whether you might like to just dispatch your trucks, or whether you like going out for customers. You might want to become a broker. You might want to become a safety guy, right? You might want to work for somebody else, and because at the end of the day, we're all striving for the same deal, right? To for everybody to make more money and to be happy at the end of the day, truly to be happy, right? Because you got to love what you do every day to be out here. So essentially, even if you're working for somebody, are you really working for somebody because you all are focused in going into the same deal, the mission, right? Which is, in my Army mindset, right? One of the things that makes me like to have like my own authority or my own fleet, what I really like about it is that, yes, everybody has like their own agenda. The company drivers eventually want to get their own trucks, or owner ops eventually might go and get their own authority, right? But everybody is doing their own thing, but it is leading to the mission per se, right? The mission is being, everybody's generating money for your company, and we are all doing good, if that makes any sense. And there's some people that would love to just rather work for somebody, because people quit, right? People quit working because of their bosses. You know what I'm saying? People, it doesn't matter really what you're doing, right? Like if you have an awesome boss and awesome coworkers, you could be picking up shit, right? You could literally be picking up shit and it wouldn't even matter. But if you're picking up shit and your boss is hounding on you and all this other stuff, well, now you start looking at the job, you're like, yo, this ain't even for me, you know? I ain't got to be picking up shit and then being yelled up on top of it, right? So I don't know, I just got off a little sidetrack there, but let's see. Eddie Durant, big shout out on the maintenance videos. Keep up the great work. Hey Eddie, appreciate it. Really do. I'm gonna keep up doing the maintenance videos. I know I haven't came up with one, but trust me, I'm doing the floors. I'm putting wood floors on in this truck, and I wanted to do that. And then I have a couple other videos I wanted to catch up on, which is a gauge and how I do how I replace certain parts, and like what do I do to prevent maintenance, preventative maintenance. All right. Superfly, do you road test the drivers you're going to put in one of your trucks? What are you looking for when picking these drivers? That's a great question, Superfly. All right. I do. I have, and I think I still will do a road test for every driver I hire, just because we're going back to this liability issue, right? I can easily hire anybody that submits a resume or submits their, driving experience on Facebook or whatever, right? Or hey, I know a guy that's a good driver, this and that, and I could just throw him in one of my trucks. But going back to liability is, who the hell are you really hiring? You really want to see, especially when you're this young, not young age-wise, but young age-wise as your authority or your trucking company. You want to make sure that everybody's on their P's and Q's, because, small businesses have a very small profit margin to operate on and to really be affording to making any mistakes. So what am I looking for? Well, the trucks that I have are older, right? So I know what I need to be looking for in a driver per se is, somebody that's gonna be taking care of the truck a little bit, babying, not so much babying the truck, but like making sure somebody's not just slamming into the gears, pushing the truck when the truck doesn't want to be pushed. Somebody that's like not really mechanically inclined, but able to see when something is not right, right? When, hey, this hose is broken and it connects here to here, and I know it affects me in this way, right? Take a picture and let me send it to the boss, something like that, right? Looking for that. And then also, at the end of the day, to drive the truck, right? Somebody to like actually put in the work to do the job, right? There's a myriad of things of what I look for, and it's going to be a lot of it's going to be dependent based on your operation, right? If you had, for example, a local job, right? If you had a local gig, right, local company that you had, and you had 4 or 5 trucks, and you just needed drivers to bring empties from here to here, right? Well, you really wouldn't be looking for somebody that can look at maintenance or look at you wouldn't put that on your priority, right? Because probably the trucks are coming home to you every night, and you can probably be giving the look at, the look on the, you could probably be giving the look on the trucks yourself, right? And be catching the things that the drivers wouldn't be, because you still would be doing it anyways, whether or not you had a driver that, found issues with the truck. Now, switch that around a little bit. We have me, whereas, I have an over-the-road operation, and my eyes are not always on each individual truck. So I kind of rely on, bringing my truck to different shops, and also, the drivers showing, hey, by the way, this hose broke, or the truck is acting weird, so I'm relying on that, which is, at the end of the day, you got to make sure that these trucks are up and running, and stay running, so that you can produce, generate some money for your company, right? So that's that was a good question. I think I answered most of it. Yeah, let's see. Hey Hamlet, I think I seen you today on I-78 eastbound in PA near the New Jersey PA state line. You had a load of pipes in your bag. Hey, J through trucker, that's right. We had some pipes that I delivered to Brooklyn this morning. It's American steel pipe. But yeah, you seen me for sure. I was in the Freightliner Classic. I don't know, you seen the back tat, whatever. That's what Ghost called it, but Veronica in the back. But yeah, man, you caught me. That's for sure. Hey, small world out here. That's for sure. Um, William Parker, what insurance company did you go with so you could add more trucks? Thanks for all the info you share. William Parker. Um, if you watch some of my other videos, I was talking about how just being in a certain state can limit you on adding trucks, right? Like in New York, it was very hard for me to even come in with just more than one truck. I couldn't do it. And even age difference is going to do that too, and your driving record. Um, that's one of those things you just got to call around at a bunch of different insurance agents and say, hey, this is the address I'm giving you to put under the authority. And well, you got to generate the authority first before getting even an insurance quote. I don't know if it's possible that you could talk to other insurance agents and say, hey, my business is located out of Georgia or South Carolina. Can I come under 2, 3, 4 trucks? You know, that might not be an issue, or it might be an issue, if that makes sense. The state that I am operating out of, trucking for show, is Ohio. Ohio's not a too bad of an area to have a trucking company. You can definitely see a lot of trucks have a lot of Ohio plates out on the road, and that's the one thing you want to be looking at. Is there's a reason why a lot of these trucking companies all are running the same plates: Indiana, Illinois, I think it was South Carolina, Virginia, Pennsylvania. That you'll see a lot of these trucking companies running these plates is because it's favored for them for that reason. So let's see right here. K Grant, what's a good insurance company? Good insurance company. I wish I could tell you advice on that, but I don't know, honestly. And I don't want to, say I know what the best insurance company is, because I don't, because I'm still trying it out. One insurance good company could be really good, but it might be very expensive. So in somebody's eyes, that might not be a good insurance company, right? And insurance companies all are based off of different models. If you have a fleet versus you have a single owner operator, one insurance company is curtailed more to deal with single owner operators than it is to deal with multiple trucks, if that makes any sense. So I always heard Progressive was good, but I know they can be expensive. And Northland, from what people tell me, that's all I'm saying is that I hear that they're good. It was Northland, and I forgot this other company, but I always heard Progressive and Northland are up there on what is deemed good insurance companies. Another thing is that you have to look for is A-rated insurance, right? You wanted to make sure, are you an A-rated is this A-rated insurance? Because some brokers won't mess with you if you don't have a B plus, a B plus. There's ratings, right? You got A plus. I mean, you got A, you got B, and you got C. I don't know if you got D and E or whatever, but I don't know. I know you got A, B, and C, and these ratings are based off of I don't know what, but I think it's like claims, like how soon they pay claims, and like maybe how much liability they're willing to take. So you want to make sure that you try to get the A rated, because the A rated is going to help you not deal with when some brokers say, hey, you don't have A rated insurance, so we can't haul a load for us. You need to have B rated insurance or higher. And I think Landstar has one of those requirements where you have to have A rated insurance. in order to haul a load for them. So I hope that information helped you out. All right. Let's see. Links fix that third week running my authority. I still don't gross same as you did when you first started, but I do clean out 4,600. Just applying some of your tips and H33434. Appreciate y'all. Okay. Hey, I mean, you just gotta know where to run and all that, good stuff, and it's gonna help out. And then, obviously the market was doing a lot better when I first started my authority than right now. So you have to understand that too. So, don't beat yourself up too much about it. This is a definitely a learning game, and being completely independent is there's a lot of skill involved into it. So don't beat yourself up too. But you if you keep a number and tally of every week that you gross, you'll be surprised that after 6 weeks you're probably gonna be coming up steady. So that knows you're getting better at it. William Parker, I'm out of Ohio. Trucking for show, cool. Tango Trucker Farmers, Owida. Tango Trucker, well, from what I heard was Owida is not the best insurance to have. And that's not a shot or anything like that to Owida, but I don't know if they're A rated or not. But from what I heard, there's some leasing companies that won't even give you their truck, that won't lease your truck if you have certain insurance companies, and I think Owida falls into that category quite a bit. So but like I said, I don't know that for sure. You just gotta look into this kind of stuff, right? And Tango Trucker, right, they won't insure you with some brokers. There you go. All right, let's see if I missed any other questions. Anthony Toro, need some info from you, my brother. Hey, what information you needing? That's why this whole Q&A, Lee Gayette, with Flatbed, the customer is happy to see you. That's damn right. They're happy to see you, exactly. Don't start screaming about the Mothman. Hey, just want to get that moth out of here. But otherwise, folks, if we have, let's see if you got any other questions. If you had any questions, go ahead and drop them. Oh, look, so we got a plane coming. There you are. So anyways, hopefully I get called here in the next hour so that we can get moving on this freaking load. What is your opinion, BH Transport Trucker, BH Transport Owner, sorry. What is your opinion on buying you as a new owner operator, been driving for 19 years? I like to buy used. I just do. Especially when you're buying, one of your first trucks or not. If you're gonna buy new, if you're gonna buy new, I think you should try leasing first. If you're gonna buy new, because that way you can walk away from it. If you'll see that the payments, they're not all fun. They're not. And depending on how you're setting up your business model, if you're trying to be home every weekend or every day, and you wanted to have a new truck, I'm not saying it can't be done. I'm not saying it can't be done. But just know that you're gonna have to sacrifice a little bit, especially if you're gonna, if you want to get a brand new truck, you know what I mean? Just because of the reason, you have to work to pay off that, that payment and whatnot. So that's why I feel like if you're gonna go new, I would try, leasing, just to see if you can, handle the payments, and if that lifestyle is for yourself, right? Because not only do you have your, your business expenses, you're gonna have your personal expenses as well. And then you can, you'll, after, leasing for 3-4 weeks, you'll be able to say, hey, I can do this. This is comfortable for me, or, this is not for me, you know, and then it decides it for yourself right there. You know, it's gonna tell you, hey, well, no, I need to buy a used truck because I want to be home every weekend, or I want to be home a lot more often um, than what this truck is requiring me to do. Because at the end of the day, right, it's all about money and all about how much money you want to make a week, right? And if that truck payment is prohibiting you from doing so, and prohibiting you from your home time requirements for yourself and for your um, yeah, for your home time requirements, you know, if that's prohibiting you from doing all that and how much money you want to make a week, then you're gonna have your answer in your face. You know what I mean? I'm just asking. I'm just asking because I know you had some issues with a new lease truck. It was a Volvo, I think. Yeah, and I need to make a video, redo that video because I had it on here and YouTube deleted it for whatever fucking reason. But I did have some issues, like, you know, I'll talk about it real quick. You know, the Volvo lease was really good to get my hands wet, you know, get my feet wet and, you know, figure out the business a little bit. Going was good when I was out here grinding and the rates were good and all that, you know, for sure. But whenever things went wrong, you know, when I had a regen issue, or when I hit the deer, or when I hit the, you know, when I had that big, well, not me, but, you know, when one of my co-driver had that bad accident, it was really bad because, you know, at the end of the day, bank don't care about what's going on with the truck. They want to get paid, you know. So give it a shot, man. Give it a shot. You'll see. Give the lease deal a shot and see how you like it. You know, you're gonna see that. You might see that, you know, it's good money if everything goes right, right? But just try to think about it. If it's good money, if everything goes right, think about it. Is it still good money if things go bad, right? Because at the end of the day, on a used truck, which you could pay off relatively quickly or right when you start, if things go bad, they're not like, you don't have to worry about a truck payment, potentially, right? Or a huge truck payment, per se, right? Let's see. We got Natu Bean. What do you think about day cabs? Hey, there's a video I did about a day cab hustle. When ran up on well, the dude ran up on me and he showed me the hustle. Day cab, a lot of day cabs you can do it. You know, day cabs are gonna be a lot more cheaper than a sleeper truck because not many people are wanting day cabs. You know, and you're gonna be able to haul more heavier stuff than a sleeper cab can. Only difference is, you know, just depending on how you're running out here, you might have to be, you know, putting yourself up in a hotel every other night, or shoot every night, or, you know, you might want to, you know, not that it's legal, right? You might want to just crash in the day cab, you know, sleeping sideways or whatever. You know, how many nights are you gonna wind up doing that? But for sure, it's a great way to start because, you know, I mean, you can get day cabs for like $8,000, $12,000, you know, and, you know, not clunkers or anything like that, like just decent day cabs. And, you know, I was thinking about getting a day cab. I honestly was. Let's see. Okay, appreciate Hamlet, like your perspective. Thanks, man. BH Transport owner. Can I use your mechanics if I break down? Used to make me a little nervous. Hey, Peter Soto missed my question. My brother's up in here. What the hell? What question you got? I don't see the question in here, man. My brother. Yo, bro, my brother's up in here saying missed my question. What question, man? Question ain't in here. Charles D. Last load was missing 14 cases with my authority. Do they take it out of the rate? Yes, they do. They can. Whenever something goes bad with your load, where there is like for instance, I was transporting batteries, and the trailer I was pulling was somebody else's. They had recaps on it, and 2 of the recap tires blew. When that happened, the trailer kind of bounced up, you know, and the batteries that I was hauling on a pallet kind of fell down, and the liquid came out. And so, you know, when I opened the doors, there was a mess, and they counted how many batteries tipped over. Then the broker calls the customer and finds out what is the price on those batteries. You're not going to be paying retail price, but you're going to be paying like the price to make them or fix them or whatever, you know, depending on what commodity you're pulling. And then they're going to tell you, hey, this is how much it costs. I'm going to take it out of the rate, you know. Or sometimes it might exceed the rate, you know. If you're doing a load for $800 and you're pulling um, some paper rolls, you know, and paper rolls got wet, well, you're going to be losing your load that you know, the money that you thought you were going to make, and plus you're going to be paying out. So it just depends on the commodity that you're doing. You know, if it's like, if it's cans of sodas, you know, and it's not going to be that expensive, you know. Let's see. Let's see other questions. Angry gun owner, if you were running Cali, what truck would you get? Hey, I'm gonna leave that question to SoCal, right? I don't mess with that Cali stuff. I don't. I don't. I know I would. See, I don't know, man. I don't know how carb is out there like that, right? Like, I just wish I knew, because if carb isn't out there like that, and if you are not going in and out of Cali, that thing, my truck would be deleted. That's for hands down, be deleted. All right. If I had to be forced to get a newer truck, you know, like I said, I'm not from Cali and I don't know how things are running over there. But I'm gonna leave that to SoCal to answer that. All right. I'm sorry about that. We got Loaded Trucker. Hey Hamlet, what's up, brother? And BH Transport owner. It is. I'm from Cali. They gangster here. We got Nelly Freeman on. What's good, brother? Eddie Durant, Cincinnati, looking to get a relationship with a mechanic in the area. Hey, you know what? I checked out. You know, one of the best things about breakdowns is you get to find out who are the good mechanics and who are the bad mechanics. And sometimes you might, you know, I'm gonna leave that for another video. But I think I found, if you hit me up on Facebook, I think I found a decent shop in Cleveland area. I know it's not Cincinnati, but it ain't too far from it, you know. But I think I found somebody, you know. So hit me up on Facebook and we could talk about it, and let you know how the repairs went on one of my trucks with that. All right. Thanks, K Grant. I'll take that into consideration also. I don't know if he was talking to me or not, but let's see. I think we're running out of questions here, folks. Go ahead, keep the questions coming. I'll talk about what did I want to talk about, man? For the new people that come in, if you're just catching this, like I said, I am hiring for a back office position. All right. It's a safety position, doing home from work. I mean, work from home. All right. And it's going to be detailing like safety, looking at logs, correcting logs, sending messages to drivers, stuff like that. And like I said, it's a work from home position, and I'm going to have a description in the video of where to send your resume or application to myself so I can review it or whatnot. All right. We have 26 people up in here. Mash that like button, mash subscribe button, drop a comment down below and let us know what you think about this video. If you're just catching this in the replay, and we have SoCal Trucker Group on Facebook. All right, that's where you're gonna see every, you know, a couple bit of other owner operators on there talking about other stuff going on, and check us out. All right. What other questions other things I wanted to talk about besides the Q&A was we got Eddie Durant. Peace out later, guys. Hey, man. Check you later, man. I'm trying to think, man. I didn't really come prepared for this. I'm sorry. But I thought there was going to be a lot more questions here. But anyways, I mean, it's pretty late and it's Friday night. So I might just cut this. I might cut this off here in the next minute, you know. Let's see. Let me know also if you're watching this, what other videos you would like to see coming up, or any, you know, specific things on a certain topic, right? Loaded trucker. How's your new hire doing? He's doing all right. He's doing all right. We got Trucker Z33. Hey Hamlet, what's up, man? But yeah, he's doing all right. I don't know if you're talking about the person from the previous YouTube or whatnot, but yeah, he's doing all right. Talk about it. Let's see, any other questions? And wow, we've been live for about 46 minutes, folks. Okay, we got any more other questions? If not, we'll cut this short, and I appreciate it. I'm gonna be working soon on the store for giving out like hats and t-shirts or whatnot, and I might be working on something like that. If you guys are interested, if anything, if you guys ever want to talk, whatever, I am on Facebook, Hamlet Dubois, whatever. If you're a driver looking for a job, if you're a driver looking for a job, right, as a company driver or owner operator, go ahead and hit me up, recruiting@cybertronenterprises.com, and that as well as you know, work from home position, right? Let's see. I like that video on that refrigerator in your truck. How much is it now? That fridge was expensive, brother. That fridge was expensive. It was about close to $1,000, like $900 something dollars. It's doing good. I like that fridge a lot. All right, we got a couple questions and then we'll finish this off. How do you negotiate your rates? It just depends on the lane, and you know, if it has drops or multiple pickups or multiple drops, you know, what the commodity is, and you know, if you can pick it up the same day, you know, the load has to have value to yourself, right? Like that's how I'm determining the negotiating rate, right? Like, what value do I place that load? Do I really want that load, or could I care less about that load, right? If I care less about the load, then I would want more money, because you see, I'm not sold on the load, right? When a broker calls to tell me about load from point A to point B, and they tell me what I'm pulling, or you know, hey, it's gonna be some water picking up here at Nestle, going 500 miles or whatever, and I'm like, and if it's the first thing in the morning and that's the first load I hear, I'm not too really interested on what he has to say, you know. But if he or she says, well, it's paying like $3,000 on 700 miles, I'm like, okay, wait a minute, now tell me more about the load, you know. And you know, negotiating is gonna determine on how interested you are on the load and how not interested you are on the load, right? Because if you're really interested on the load, you're not gonna really want to negotiate too much, because you want to make sure you grab that load before somebody else does, because you know that load is valuable. See what I'm saying? If you're not interested in that load, well, probably more than likely somebody else, a lot of other people are not interested in that load, and that load is gonna wind up having to come up on the rate. in order for somebody to get interested. If that makes any sense, you know. So don't haul cheap freight, people. Please don't, because it hurts everybody. Um, any insurance companies you can suggest, should you go through a broker? A lot of nowadays insurance companies, a lot of it is brokered out. Um, Now rarely can you really go directly to the insurance company, which is, you know, another gimmick. Which is another gimmick. You know, I guess it does create more jobs, but you know, you're gonna be paying for that broker fee for, you know, getting through insurance or whatnot. And I'll probably make a video later on talking about giving out some numbers, phone numbers on what insurance companies to go through that I have used. You know, that I liked. Um, I'm hauling cheap freight out of Florida. Hey, I hear you. Florida sucks, man. I can't remember when's the last time I went to Florida, just because of that reason. I mean, they gotta pay me. They gotta pay me a lot of money to go into Florida, because I know coming out, either I'm deadheading all the way out because I don't want to be, you know, hauling that really cheap freight. Especially, you know, you got to be paying me a lot of money to go to Miami, because that right there, you're for sure spending a day getting out of Florida. Um, I live in Florida. It's been 8 weeks since I've been home. There you go. You got no choice but to take those rates out of Florida, you know. But anyways, folks, I hope that talk your tech views. Finally saved up my first truck, and I don't know what to buy. New or old Detroit or cat? I'll be in the Northeast mostly. Hey, Detroit or cat? It's gonna be, if it's gonna be old trucks. Um, if it's gonna be an, you know, older engine, I like cats. They are a little bit more expensive on the parts compared to older Detroit, but from what I understand, right, from what I've learned, is that you got Detroit, you got the Cummins N14, and you got the Caterpillar, right? And let's just say the Caterpillar is the best one, Cummins is right in the middle, and Detroit is on the low side. You're gonna get more miles per gallon out of the Detroit than you are gonna get out of the Caterpillar. But you're gonna get less power, versus Cat is gonna give you the most power. And I find that the N14 Cummins is kind of the in between of both of the platforms, if that makes any sense. I still have yet to get a Detroit in a Detroit, older Detroit, you know, in my fleet, which I want to get, because I want to, you know, compare the numbers on the miles per gallon and all that kind of stuff. Great West Casualty Insurance, great insurance. You may have a good day. Yeah, I heard Links Fix. That's a good one. I did hear about that. I just couldn't remember that. No hippie barbecue and cooking. Why are Florida rates so low? Non-trucker here. No hippie barbecue and cooking. Rates in Florida suck, and they are low because Florida is a consumer state. Essentially, everything goes to Florida, but nothing really comes out, because everybody's using the product to either build their homes or to, you know, go to SeaWorld, or, you know, build up a golf resort, or, you know, an amusement park. All these different things, you know, and Florida doesn't make anything, because if you look at if you really want to get technical with it, if you look at the census, right? The census is that government thing that comes out every 7 years, and it tells you, hey, X percentage of this state is a transient state. It means people are not living here. People are living here for 6 months, and then they're gone, and then we get a new batch of residents, and then they're gone. You have some states where people are not really occupying their resident. They're just using it as a vacation home, and Florida has a lot of vacation homes, which, you know, one of the reasons why they're consumer state, because nothing's really popping off in Florida too much until the summertime, because that's when people are out and about on a vacation and all that other stuff, you know, and also in the wintertime too. But, you know, Florida's a consumer state, so they're not really using, you know, they're not really making products, you know. You're not going to see a big steel mill out in Florida. You're not, because because people are leaving and people are using Florida as a vacation home, not many employers can hire qualified workers because they will be in and out flying. If that made any sense, it would not be a smart business choice to make a steel mill or something like that out in Florida where you won't have that kind of qualified help, because like I said, the way Florida works is people are in and out of there, you know, and I hope that can kind of shed some light on that. And the rates are so low because it goes back to truck to load ratio, you know, because it's a consumer state. There's a bunch of loads going into Florida and there's no loads coming out. So what that does is it creates, you know, that whole thing, you know, there's that business word, a business catchphrase that you say that is how do I say it? Basically, when there's a lot more trucks than there is to loads, they can get away with really cheap rates, and somebody's gonna grab it because somebody's desperate. Versus there's 1,000 loads and there's like 2 trucks, and those 2 trucks can choose out of the 1,000 loads because everybody's gonna call them. And I could just sit here. If I was one of those 2 trucks, I could just sit here and wait till I get the highest bidder, right? It's the same aspect with the Florida rates, because you know it's a consumer state. There's all these trucks there because all the trucks that done delivered to Florida are empty now, and they're looking for a load out. And because there's not very many loads, the broker can say, well, no, I'm only moving this load for $100, take it or leave it. And a lot of people are going to leave it, but there's going to be a few people that will take it. Hope that answers your question. No, if it makes sense. Okay, good. Yep, I heard that from other owner ops. If owner op wanted to lease onto your company but has no flatbed experience, do you train? Training an owner op, but that's a good question. That is a very good question. I'm not sure. You would want to try to hire somebody that, maybe hire a company driver for yourself and, have him train you, whatever, because that's a big liability. And supply and demand. There you go, supply and demand. No hippie barbecue cooking. They grow a lot of fruit though, a lot of empty trucks. Yeah, supply and demand, leaving. There you go. All right, folks. I took up a whole hour worth of your time, man. I hope this Q&A brought out any other questions that you guys had. We got 302 Dre. Stay on for one more hour. Nah, man. I gotta go. All right. Save your questions for next time. We'll catch you guys later on the next live feed. Sorry, I gotta pay attention to out here. Till next time, all right, folks. At the end of the day, the choice is simple. You get busy living or you get busy dying. It's your boy Hamlet. Stay safe, all right.